Hey everybody, neonerZ here on the RMCT FTB server, and today I'm going to work on something that I've been meaning to work on. It's really starting to get cluttered out here with all these chests and things, and it was never really supposed to be this way in the first place. I just started putting chests down and it just started getting cluttered. Anyways, so I want to turn this into my storage slash workroom. And what I hope to be when I'm done with this room is whenever I need to craft anything, all I have to do is come in here and all my stuff is here. Yes. So the first thing we need to do is there's a bunch of items that we're going to need to have in bulk coming from the storage room, the sorting room over here. And I'm going to use barrels for that. So my general idea is I'm going to have 2 rows of barrels right here. So it'll go something like this. Oh, didn't mean to do that. We can fix that in a minute. Something like this. And then I'm going to use a sorting machine behind it to fill these things up. And I am going to use a manager on the other end inside the sorting room to make sure I have everything I need. So that's going to be a lot easier to explain while I'm doing it. And as you can see, I have all the items I'm going to need. But let's start off with this area first. The first thing we're going to need is a sorting machine in here. As of right now, it's not the biggest need since I only have these barrels, but I want to start being able to sort other things and have other chests in here, so I might as well get this prepared. So, to do that, I need power, yes. And I have not built any type of red power tube power, so this is my first time. And basically, I made these 2 solar panels, yes. And I'm using micro blocks here to try to hide this as much as I can. I don't know if there's another way to run the cable into a solar panel. Just make sure nobody's around. I don't know if there's another way to run the cable into a solar panel, but I couldn't do it from below. Oh, no. Oof, didn't want him blown up. So I had to use just, I believe there is a half panel here and then a one of those thingamajiggies right there, and etc. So that's the best I can get that done. So I have the 2 solar panels there. And let's close this back up before any more creepers come. And then I have the power running this way. And let me just get my cable out. And I think we are going to put, let's do that. I think we're going to put it starting over back here. And the reason for that is I just want to have as much room as I possibly can. So we're going to put the battery box right here. And so the cable goes into the battery box. Now the battery box probably isn't charging. This is a little charge I had before. Oh no, I guess it's pulling some from outside. Maybe it's turning daytime out. Must be if I'm charging up. Oh, that might have actually been, and it's going down. I don't know why that is. Okay, anyways, so this is going to start charging up once it turns daytime out. And then next to that, we are going to have our sorting machine. Let me just think about how I want to do this. Because if I want to put this next to it, maybe it won't go next to it. Because into the sorting machine, and I think I have this broken. Can I? Oh, I probably need a screwdriver for that. Next to the sorting machine, I am going to have a ender chest. And the ender chest is what's going to be running me the stuff. That's easy. Of course, I don't have any sticks on me. Pulling me the stuff from the sorting room. So basically, I'm going to have a manager on the other side, which is going to be feeding stuff into an ender chest there. And then this is going to be pulling. Do I not use this? Do I need an electric screw? Do I need something special to pick this up? What if I just... Oh, okay, I could just break that. Okay. So I'm going to have an ender chest on this side. And this is where everything is going to show up from. So let's say that is right here. Okay, great. So now... Oh, I didn't lock this. Let me just get a couple diamonds on me. So I can lock these things. And hey, it's Benchy. Hey, Benchy. Recording. So let's get those diamonds. 1, 2... Boom, very easy. So that everything is going to show up into this ender chest. So we're going to want to pull out of this ender chest. And I believe this will pull out. I don't think I need... pretty sure I don't. I don't think I need anything pulsing it or filter or anything like that. Okay, cool. So now whenever anything's in here, it should come into here. And then it's going to output into this pipe. And it's going to go to here. Great. I think I need to fill from the top. So let's get this cleared out just a little bit. And we'll just put covers on it so you won't be able to see this when we're done. Got all that. Cool. And now let's get this stuff ran. Boom. Oh, what happened? Oh, did I? I put it in here, didn't I? I did. Okay, let's get that back. And let's try this again. So we're going to get this ran all over the place. We're going to get it. Okay, let's get rid of that. And this one up here, because we don't need that there. There we go. Okay, cool. So we have that there. Bring this down. And we're going to do the same thing right here. Cool. And now we're going to connect these two together. The first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to tell this. I have a couple pieces of paint with me here. We're going to tell the pipe that this is the yellow line. There we go. Cool. And now inside of here, we are going to use the yellow line. So if you don't know how a sorting machine works, it's very complicated and straightforward at the same time. Here are different slots that you could assign different items to. Down here is the different colors you could tag the items in that slot. Then you have two different sections right here. This is the sorting modes. And as you can see, there's quite a few different sorting modes. Actually, only three. There is a single step, which is basically every time it gets a redstone pulse, it does a single actual motion. And you'll see what the motions are right down here. With this is automatic, so it doesn't need any type of redstone pulse. It will just automatically keep going through the motions that you set down here. And right here is a single sweep. So basically for every single redstone pulse you get, it will go through this whole line. Pretty much. Cool. So we want this automatic. We want this running all the time. So down here, there is quite a few different settings in here. And I'm not going to go through all of these. If you want to know what all these different settings are, all you really need to do is go to the wiki and it gives you a nice description, better than anything I can do. But what we do want here is this one. And this is any item whole stack. So basically, if we do something like that, let's say, and we'll say that, just to pick two things. Now, whenever this chest has, and well, you know, put 9 in there. Whenever this has any 9, oh, I do need to pulse this. Will this just not pull out of here? I thought it would. You know, give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and obviously the first thing I did wrong was I did not have this powered whatsoever. So now I have it powered. I also noticed that those 2 solar panels that I had were just not enough. So now I have 3 here, and that seems to be the good number. Seems to work well. Another thing that I messed up on was I had this set wrong. I want it set for this, and this is any item. And what this will do is it will pull from any of these slots just the amount that I have here. So let's say I put 9 dirt in and 5 cobble, which I'll do in a second just to show you. It will pull 5 of the dirt and 5 of the cobble and leave the 4 extra dirt in here. So just to show you, I have it set for dirt 5, cobble 5 on the yellow line. I painted this yellow before. So now let's take that out for a second. And we will put in 9 and 5. And as you can see, it pulled the cobble and the dirt, but left 4 more in here waiting to meet this number. And there's a very good and important reason why we did that. And I'll show you that in 1 second. But the first thing we're going to need to do, or what we need to do now, is we need to pre-put all the stuffs into these boxes. The reason being is we want to make sure when it starts pumping things in here, it pumps them into the right ones. Because as it is right now, it will just start randomly placing them into barrels until all the barrels are full. So let's get our stuff out. So this is the stuff we want. We're going to put that down for a second. Put this here and that there. Cool. Okay. So let's just get all this stuff in here. And it doesn't really matter what order we put this stuff in right this second, because we could always move it around. So let's just get that done. Good. Boom, boom. Not that. That. Oh, it's moving around. Okay. This. What am I missing? I'm missing coal. And I'm missing one more thing. What am I missing? Did I leave it in my bag? Redstone I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so for now we'll just say that is good. I think I'm missing something, but I don't remember what it is. So we'll just put that in there as a placeholder. Cool. So now what we want to do is, I don't know how that got in there. Now what we want to do is tell this sorting machine to only pull out stacks of 64 at a time. So I'm going to need to grab 64 of each of these items, and I'll be right back. And we are back. And what I was missing before was silver. I got it, though. Okay, so now I have a stack of each. So let's go in here. So we have lead, iron, copper, that's brass, copper, tin, silver, gold, and coal. Awesome. We want to mark this also yellow. So it will only pull 64 stack of 64 at a time and fill these barrels. So now we need to fill up this guy with these resources so it starts to flow. Cool. So the first thing I am going to do is remove this pipe just so we don't start pulling stuff in. You know what? I might actually remove this whole chest. That's probably the better idea. So let's just get rid of this chest for a second. And let's put this pipe back down. And now we're going to go into this sorting room. And I'll show you how I'm going to transfer the items to here. So let's get over there. And this is actually something that Benchy, who's working down there right now, put together. And they're using this themselves right now. So basically, he ran managers under all these resources, which are set to only allow diamonds in here. And then he has a manager here that's saying pull any of these items. So what that does is it makes sure this ender chest is always full of those items. It's really, really straightforward and simple. So we are going to need, again, a stack of all of those items again. So let's get back over here so we can filter them out on this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now, as you can see, I did not bother with diamonds yet. And the reason being is there's some other stuff we're going to have to do for diamonds because we don't want to try to take 64 stacks of diamonds. We don't even have that many. So we don't want to get too greedy, even though I am being a little greedy. So the next thing we want to do is put down our manager. This is going to be very simple. Before I place this down, let me just tell you a little bit about these managers. These managers are really cool. You can use them to keep chests full, to keep other chests full. So like right now, this and these are all networked together. This is the host machine. Actually, this would be the server, I guess, and these would be the clients. And basically, this guy requests from these guys the resources that are in here. So right now, he's asking for 64 copper. So it will keep requesting from the machine that... Whoa. Let's get that picked up for a second. I'm not sure. Oh, this is copper. So it's going to keep requesting from this machine copper until this is completely full of 64. What it's going to do for us is, I don't want to explain that right now because it's going to be a little hard to tell with the way it's set up. So for right now, let's get this going. So we will put down our pneumatic tube there. We are going to put a manager right there, and let's get our screwdriver out so it's facing the right way. Cool. Okay. So now we want it set to this mode. It just sucked a lot of power out, didn't it? Yeah. We want it set to this mode and 1. So this is the higher priority than the rest of them. As you can see, these are set to 0. So these will never pull out of here. But since this is set to 1, it will pull out of a higher priority. If you look right now, he's set for 1 and he is set for 1. If I were to set this to 2, not only will it pull resources out of these machines, but will actually pull resources out of these 2 managers also, which we don't want to happen. So let's set that back to 1. Cool. So now we want to start. Actually, let's put our ender chest down on top of it first. And bloop. And hit it. We by default, the brown chest is one that we're keeping cooked meat in. So that just kind of pulled a bunch of cooked meat out of there. But cool. So now we have this in here. And we have our ender chest right there. So now as we start putting these stacks of stuff in, you're going to start seeing them get requested. How cool is that? See, it's requesting those. And it's filling up this ender chest. So now you see this has 64 copper, and it is not requesting any more copper. Same thing now with the tin and the gold. Any leftovers that get thrown into the pipe will just get looped right back around into the system and go back into the barrel. Cool. So let's get the rest of our stuff in there. We want a stack of that, stack of that. Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong place, aren't I? Yeah. We want a stack of that there. Stack of that there. And I think that's everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What am I missing? Copper, tin, brass, silver, lead. I need a stack of lead, and I don't actually know where that stack of lead went a second ago, but let's just get another one. Is that lead? No. That is lead. Cool. I don't want any of that stuff. That could despawn. Okay, and let's get this in here now. Cool. And now you could see this is going to start getting all those stacks of stuff that we wanted. The only thing it's waiting for, I believe, is lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the last piece of the pie is lead, and here it comes down. You will see the 1 stack go in, and the rest of the stacks will just keep moving, hit this filter, and get sorted right back into the barrel system. Cool. So now I have my ender chest. If I put down a brown ender chest with my lock on it, with my diamond on it, we will start seeing all that stuff over here. Cool. So now that we have this set up with what we want to pull out of here, these barrels set up, now let's start putting this stuff down. We don't want that. Let's put a diamond on it. Cool. And we should start seeing this baby start working. Look at that. Cool. Now this is just going to keep sapping the resources from our base until this is all filled up. Yeah. Okay, so I have a problem there. Let's make some facades. Yeah, okay, so we're going to make a couple of these. They're not facades, they're the micro blocks, because it's trying to get in from the bottom, and we don't want that happening. Right. Cool. Now let's just put these up here. Boom. Did that not go? And that should, it should work. Why is that not? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. What is that? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I made a bunch of changes. The way I had it set up before, just it wasn't going to work. And what was happening was things were just going crazy. I don't know how else to explain it. the sorting machine, the way I was trying to use it, would just keep pulling things out of here. And the problem was the actual manager on the other side of this ender chest wasn't refilling it quick enough. So let's say this lead was closest to that manager on the other side. What would keep happening would be this would go through everything, pull everything out of here, and then the lead would get back in. So it would pull the lead out, but then the lead would be the first to get back in, because it was closer to the manager on the other side where the other ender chest is, and it would just keep looping, and this lead would just keep going around in circles. So that really wasn't going to work. So I changed things up a little bit. First, you could see there is a turtle here. Now, the way I'm using this turtle is pretty much as a computer, and I very well could have used a computer. I just happened to have a turtle and decided to go with that. So, what's different? As you can see, there's a little button right here, and this is the refill button. And basically what happens is when this turtle detects a button is pressed, it starts pulsing this guy, and it will pulse it 64 times, enough that it should be able to refill this. And now the sorting system is set up for using a redstone pulse, and it's actually using the mode that goes slot by slot. So when I press that button over here, it will start iterating through these slots and exporting, lead, then going here, exporting tin, then going here, so on and so forth, and around and round. So that really should be what we're looking for here. So let's get a bunch of this stuff out of here. And let's pick all this stuff up. And good. Okay, so now we have a good amount of this stuff. Let's just toss all this stuff in here, and we can watch it work. I made an ender chest right here. That just goes right back into our sorting system, so I can easily send things back out. Cool. Okay, so now, as you can see, we need stuff in all these chests. As soon as I press this button, you're going to start seeing this pulsing, and it's going to start pulling stuff out of there. So let's press the button. Let's see, and that's why. Let's just take that down for a second. Press the button. So now, was this not running? Oh, let's get that back up. I have this delay set too short. You know what? Let's fix that, and I could actually show you what this is doing. So let's go edit, start up. So, let's get this here. And we want to give this a half a second sleep so it doesn't go too fast. 0.5. So basically, what's happening here is it's just a regular loop. It's just always looping. And then it will, when it receives a redstone input from the left, which would be from here where the button is, it starts a for loop 64 times. And basically, it sends a pulse, waits half a second. Let's make that half a second. 0.4 is kind of awkward. Sends a pulse, waits half a second, turns the pulse off, waits half a second, and does that 64 times. Once that's done, it stops, sleeps for half a second, and then starts all over again waiting for that pulse. Cool. So let's put this. I thought I got rid of everything, but I guess not. And let's start it up. Again, I didn't start the script. Let's get this baby started. Start up. And I made it the startup script so it stays on all the time. And put it on. Boom. And then there we go. Now it's going around and it's pulsing this over and over again. And as you can see, everything is coming out and coming into the respected barrels. Let's see if we can watch one change. Sometimes there's a graphical glitch and you won't actually see them change. But they... Oh, what the hell? What? I think that's a penguin. What the hell is wrong with this penguin? I don't know. We'll get back to that in a second. But as you can see, now we're starting to fill up. And once this gets all full, which should be any second now, I think this is the last iteration, should be. What we'll start seeing is the stuff's going to start looping around here and going back into the ender chest. So let's wait for that. This should be all filled in a second. There you go. Now you're just seeing gold go that way, coal's going that way. And basically what this will allow me to do is when I'm running low on resources, I could just press this button right here and it will refill. The reason I put the button all the way over here is there's a couple more room for barrels over here. I have some other stuff I want to be able to put here, like smooth stone, basalt, just a bunch of stuff like that. I don't know what is wrong with this guy. Let's see. If I go into the default texture pack, let's see. If I switch to the default texture pack, will he look normal? No. Let's try logging out and logging back in. Okay, so I logged back in and out, and now he just looks weird. You can't even see him now, but you can see a shadow, but you can't see the penguin. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll take a look at that later. Anyways, and look, we are all filled up. This is turned off. This chest has a good amount of resources on it. One thing I did do on the other side, and I don't know if I did this on camera or not, instead of having it set for 1 of each stack, I actually have it set for 2 of each stack. And basically the reason for that is, since I'm only pulling 1 at a time, this should give it 1 extra stack of each resource as a buffer. So there should never actually be 0 of any resource in here, or pretty much never have 0 of any resource in there. It could happen. So, that is pretty much it. I wanted to work on some other stuff today, but I didn't realize this was going to take me so long for such a simple project. But now, whenever I need resources, I could just come in here, take them out, and I am good to go. Off camera, I'm going to start working on emptying these chests out and start moving stuff over here, because I want this to be the de facto storage room. I don't want this being all cluttered around here. I'm also going to put some workbenches in there, some project tables, and a couple other things I'm going to need to actually start crafting in here. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, I want this room to be where I go when I need to craft anything. I have to go to the sorting room very, very often, and I don't want to have to keep doing that. So that's pretty much it for this time. Next time we are going to work on, I believe we're going to work on some UU matter generation, because we have a bunch of quarries going on, and we have tons and tons of garbage blocks that we're generally, actually, Benchy's stealing some of them, but generally it's being sent down here, which goes into lava. Whoa. And just gets thrown away. So I want to set up some recycling down here and turn it into scrap, and then eventually turn it into UU matter. But that is something we will do next time. For this time, I mean, that's good. We got this working. I now have all the resources I'm ever going to need. And if I need more, I can just press that button. Cool. So, thanks for joining me, and I will definitely see you guys next time.